Welcome to episode number 3 of this Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. And today I'm actually playing my Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise. Obviously, because I just said that 15 seconds ago, and it says it in the title. Episode number 3. This is only episode number 3. I know last episode of the series was, I think, in like February, so it's been what, like March, April, May. It's been about 3-4 months. But better late than never. Better late than never, as the Austin Dundons are about to play the Seattle Kraken in Seattle at the Austin Dundons are about to play the Seattle Kraken in Seattle at Pledge Arena. The game is here on Wednesday, January 5th. The game is here on Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. Austin Dundons at Seattle Kraken in Seattle. Obviously, like I said, Austin Dundons at Seattle Kraken in Seattle. And like I said, it's Austin Dundons at the Seattle Kraken at Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington. Let's look at the schedule, and then I'll show you the standings and stuff quickly, as I want to get in this game. Hopefully, then beat the Kraken. You know what I mean? So last episode of the series was, I believe, if I remember right, was this game. Right here against Vegas here on December 2nd, 2021. Lost to them 5-3. The first two episodes of the series, I have a playlist for the series, so the first two episodes, this episode and the last two are in the playlist, and that playlist will be in the eye in the sky in the top right corner up here. So the playlist of the series will be in the eye in the sky in the top right corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up. At the beginning of the video. So yeah. And that's episode of this series, and this game will be the Dundons game on the trade deadline, which is Monday, February 28th, 2022, against the Arizona Coyotes at home. And because it's a expansion draft franchise, you know how in real life there was supposed to be a 2.5 week or two or three week break in the NHL regular season. In the real life 2021-2022 NHL regular season, because of the Olympics, they did pull out, the NHL did, and because there were so many postponements because of COVID, and they made up all those games during that 3-week break. But because it's a expansion draft franchise, and instead extended like 33 NHL teams, obviously in real life there's 32. Well, here in this expansion draft franchise there's 33. That's the Austin Dundons are the 33rd NHL team. There's no, well, as you can see right here, there's no break. So the season ended, in real life the season ended what? April 29th, and in this game the season ends, well, at least the last game for the Dundons is April 9th, so it ends like 3 weeks earlier. So yeah, so that's why the trade deadline, I know in real life it's ended March 20th, but in this game it's February 28th. So next episode of the series will be the Dundons game on the trade deadline against the Arizona Coyotes, the next episode of the series will be the Austin Dundons game against the Arizona Coyotes. Or the next episode of the series will be the Austin Dundons game on the trade deadline against the Arizona Coyotes. Like I said, on the trade deadline, which is Monday, February 28th, 2022. And the next episode after that will be the last game of the regular. And the next episode after that will be the last game of the regulars. And the next episode after that will be the last game of the regular season. And that game is on Saturday, April 9th. Yeah, Saturday, April 9th. 2022, and the last day of the regular season, which will be 2 episodes from now, like I said, is on Saturday, April 9th, 2022, and it's against the Carolina Hurricanes at home. It's a promotion night as well because it's the last regular season home game, and it's the last regular season game period, and it's the last home game as well. It's the last home game and the last game of the regular season. Hopefully the Dundons do make the playoffs, but I'm going to show you the standings right here, I'll load it. The Dundons are in 3rd place. They've been hot lately. Then in the last episode we were hovering around 500, but now we're 23-16-0. So we didn't have any overtime losses. I believe there's only like one other team in the NHL that hasn't lost a game in overtime yet. They're 39 games or 26. Oh no, they're 39 games or 23. But the Dundons have played 39 games. They have 23 wins, 16 losses, and 0 overtime losses, and they have a total of 46 points. And the Dundons have played 39 games. They are 23 wins, 16 losses, 0 overtime losses, and they have a total of 46 points. And they're 3rd in the Central Division. As I know in real life, the Coyotes in the Central Division, but originally they put the Dundods, Austin Dundods, to Austin, Texas. Obviously, that would, if there was a team in Austin, which is not, and it probably won't be for anytime soon. But if there was, it would be in the Central Division. They put us in the Pacific, and the only way they did the Dundods to the Central, I had to put a team that was in the Central, the Pacific Division. And the Coyotes before this past season in real life were in the Pacific Division. So I moved the Coyotes back to the Pacific Division. I moved the Coyotes back to the Pacific Division, and then put the Dundods in the Central Division. As you can see, 46 points. Like I said, we're third place in the Central Division. And then the Stars are second with 50 points, and then the Blackhawks are first with 57 points. And then the Kraken, actually, if you're down in the Pacific Division, are actually in a playoff spot. They're in that last playoff, or is that last? I think it's in that. Is it? Well, I just about. Where is Western Conference? They are technically, yeah, they are in that last wild card spot. As, yeah, right now, if the season ends today, it would be the 5 seed. But either way, the Kraken are in that last wild card spot, while the Dundods, like I said, are in third place in the Central Division. 39 games played, 23 wins, 16 losses, 0 overtime losses, and the Dundods have a total of 46 points. And like I said, we're in third place in the Central Division. Now let's get into the game, as Dmitry Orlov, a defenseman, leads our team with 29 points. Yeah, let's get into the game. As you can see, Orlov, through 39 games, he's played every game for us so far. Why is this not? No, there it is. He's played every game for us so far, all 39 games. 10 goals, 19 assists, 29 points, and he leads the Dundods in points by he leads Jack Roslovic by 1. Here we go. Dundods at Kraken at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Let's get into it right now. We're 23, 16-0, 8-2-0 in our last 10, and the Kraken are 19, 19-3, and they're 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. That is. Here we go. Let's get into the game right now. Yeah, Sim, the AHL affiliate game. There we go. So, yeah. Home influence for us, home influence for the Kraken. Looks like we have a better offense and defense, but the Kraken have a better goalie. I think their goalie was Philip Grubauer, I believe. Style attritional, lane 4 minutes, still pro. Or style attritional, lane 4 minutes, still pro. On ice trainer adapted. Let's get into the game right now. Dundods at Kraken at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Let's get it. It takes forever to load now. It takes longer than it did in NHL 21. Let's watch a presentation. James Sabalski. Remember, there's 2 jumbotrons. You can see them on the screen at Climate Pledge Arena, which is insane. But there we go. Alexander Wenberg, I was going to say former Kraken. In real life, he's on the Kraken, but in this game, he was never technically on the Kraken, I don't think. But either way, it was Kraken versus, it was Wenberg versus, I don't know who was taking the drop for Seattle. Giordano, the Seattle captain, just got blown up. Now Wenberg back the other way. Numbers! Shot turned aside by the Seattle goaltender, whoever the heck that is. The head of state. Here's Orlov, the Brust. Shaw had to stay in front, and that came out in front. And the Dreeder, so their goalie is Chris Dreeder, not Philip Grubauer, and he passes the puck to his teammate. Here's the Everly, and he passed it back, and now that got intercepted by 21, who I think that's Niederreiter. And somehow the Brust kept the puck. Now Orlov, and that was up high, and it's caught by Dreeder as that was up near his net. 16-11 to go in the first period, no score. There we go. It's Tati and Nemi versus Matan on the face-off. There's both teams have a set line out there. As Leda says, the Dundods are 8-2-0 in their last 10. Shot from a long distance. Blocker assigned by Dreeder. Now here's Alexiak. Here's Tanev. Here we go. There's Tanev back the other way. And that got picked off by Tati and Nemi. And now that got picked off by Kraken's Vince Dunn, and that guy in the corners got murdered by Orloff. Not murdered, but hit hard. Now Matan, and now out in front they score. As he went through everyone, Matan went through our entire defense. I don't know how we allowed that. His 17th goal of the season, and the Kraken strike first here in Seattle. It's Matan, 13:44 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 in Seattle. That was unassisted off a turnover, and we lose a face-off after the goal. As I went too early to the left, now Tanev, now Appleton, and that guy blocked that. Now Matan just scored. Now Appleton. Well, oh, how did Murray not get that? Now Appleton, shot blocked. Here's Silverberg. That's the other way with 22 right on it. But now Palmieri. And it did not go. 11:40 they go in the first period here in Seattle. 1-0 Kraken on the Matan goal. Here's Donskoy up ahead, Yarncroach. Now Appleton, stopped by Ottinger. And now that did not work. And now Tyson Berry has it. Now it's in the corner. Appleton somehow steals the punt. Yarncroach right out in front. And Alexiad, that got blocked. Here we go. Pass up ahead. And that's offside at the blue line. 9:29 to go in the first period. 1-0 in Seattle. Lead standings, we're 10 points wise in the NHL. Kraken are 17th. 9:29 to go in the first period. 1-0 in Kraken. As I just said, the Kraken are 5-4-1 in their last 10. Here's Yarncroach back the other way. Blocked by number 20. Here's Roslovic back the other way. Here we go, pass. Here's Sod! And Sod is stopped and held by Driedger. 8:17 to go in the opening period. As you can see, Orloff leads the Dununs, like I said earlier, with 29 points. Our captain is Alexander Wembert, and the Kraken captain is Martin Giordano. And we lose the face-off back to Fleury. I believe it's Hayden Fleury. Here's Jonas Donskoy. He got bodied off at the line. 7.5 minutes to go. Back the other way. Shot! Hit the crossbar! As that was, we were probably, what, an inch, maybe less from tying the game. Hit the crossbar and stayed out to Pote. Now Giordano, the captain, follows up. Now Giordano, right out in front! Saved by Ottinger. Might have not the Ottinger, I don't know. Shot! Stopped by Driedger. And he covers. No, well, he covers, but then Everly will pass it out. Or the goalie will pass out to Everly. Now Giordano. Everly. He didn't miss anything. Here we go. Kraken have the puck in our zone. Out in front, Everly missed the net. And now Stetcher, and that went out of the zone. Picked up by Wembert, the Dununs captain. Somehow went through everyone, but then it got bodied. He's dead on the ground, and he's injured, and the whistle blows. And it's because they blew the whistle right when we touched the puck. He got sandwiched. And Alexander Wembert, our captain, when really got picked by the Kraken in the expansion draft, which I just tentatively, no, this is the first year for the Kraken here in NHL 22, so he has to go down the tunnel with the aid of the trainer. So I'm not exactly sure in this game tentatively Alexander Wembert was on the Kraken, but either way, really if he is on the Kraken, but in this game he's our captain. Or he's on the Dununs, and like I said, he's on the Dununs and he's our captain. 3:20 to go in the period. Here's Blackwell. And I had to poked away, but he's kept the puck, or was able to get it back. As one man short, but usually when they leave like that down the tunnel, they don't come back. Here's Niederreiter. Niederreiter, shot! Glove save Driedger. Now let's see that poked away, but let's see how they able to get it back. 1:30 to go in the period. Still 1-0 in Seattle, and that one goal by Matan. That poked set away. Eventually, Tantinemi has it. Up to the Brust, who got T-boned. That the other way, and that, I believe, was banned on or blocked. Here's Tyson Berry up ahead, Didrow. Time running out, big hit. Now Vince Dunn has it, and that's the end of the first period. The score is 1-0 in Seattle on a James Matan goal, or Jarrett, I believe it's Jarrett Matan goal. And it's 1-0 in Seattle after 20 minutes of play here in Seattle. Shots, there was only 9 shots in the period. 6 for the Dununs, 3 for the Kraken. Hits 5-3, or shots 6-3 in favor of the Dununs. Hits 5-3 in favor of the Dununs. Time of attack, Kraken have about 2 minutes more. Pass in there about 15% better. Face-offs 5-1 in favor of Seattle. Obviously penalty minutes for either side, no power plays for either side, no power play minutes for either side, and then obviously no showing the goals for either side. The goal scored by the Kraken was scored by Jarrett Matan. We outshot them 6-3 out, hit them 5-3. We outshot them 6-3 out. We outshot the Kraken 6-3 out, hit them 5-3, but we're losing 1-0. And I actually have to stop filming right now because my dad's about to be home, and I have to help him with something. So it won't affect you guys because obviously once this clip ends, the next one will start. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip, which obviously will be the start of the second period, and obviously there's a second period and the third period ahead of us. Next clip will be the second period, and yeah, I'll see you then. Didn't miss anything. It's still the first intermission. I said to help my dad with something because he just got home 10 minutes ago. So I'm back. Rest of the second period here in Seattle. 1-0 Kraken. Alex Wennberg, as you can see in the hit, it's not right. That was playing on the screen right there. When you usually see a player go back to the dressing room or down the tunnel with the trainer, with an aid of the trainer, they usually don't come back. So we're probably on a year short now. So our captain's out for the rest of the game. Hopefully only for this game, but he also could be out for more than this game. Either way, let's get into the second period right now. 1-0 Kraken. We hit a crossbar in that period. It hit the crossbar, or it might hit the post, but either way, it hit the crossbar or the post and stayed out. Second period, here we go. And when we lose a face-off, we're losing one. Face-off's at 6-1. Here's Fleury. And that got picked off, and it's rolling. And eventually it's picked up by Tantinemi. And I did not mean to pass. I meant to pass it to the right, not right in front of him. Here's Donskoy. Try to kill him, but then it worked. Here we go, that the other way. Somehow he got through everyone. Here's Donskoy. And I got intercepted or stolen by DeBrusque. Here's Jake DeBrusque. Passed over Niederreiter, and that went wide, or was blocked. Tantinemi had it for a second, but was stolen back by Seattle. Here we go. There's Yarncroach, poked by me. Picked up by the Dundons, and that got picked off by Eberle. Trying to get to Tantinemi, Eberle in the left circle. Toe drives it to the slot! A save by Jake Ottinger. Good save by Ottinger. Yeah, coming scheduled here tickets today for the Seattle Kraken. Okay. 15:35 they on the second period. Still 1-0 Kraken. Here we go. We won the face-off. Second face-off win of the game. Passed up ahead now to Saad. Back over to Roslovic. Got picked off. But Saad wasn't able to get that. Now Roslovic. I did not mean to backhand that. But he spun around and backhanded it. And I think it never got the Dreeder. Here we go. Here's Matan. Scored the only goal for the Kraken or the team. Back to Matan. Saved by Ottinger. And he covers it and stops it and gets the whistle from the referee. Or freezes it. 13:47 to go in the second period. Still 1-0 Kraken. So the goalie Jake Ottinger for us. Chris Dreeder for the Kraken. Ottinger, this is his second year in the NHL. Dreeder, I don't know how many years he's been in the NHL. I go too early, so Matan wins up face off. There's Giordano. Fleury. Tanev right from the slot. Saved by Ottinger. No, pass this one out. Here's Orlov. Almost turned it over. Stetcher. Nash just got blown up. And now Roslovic up ahead to Saad as Riley Nash just got blown up. Shot. Stopped by Dreeder up by his neck. Or net area. Head net area. 12:13 to go in the second period. 1-0 Seattle. What a hit on Riley Nash. And we have face-off 7-2 in favor of Seattle. Now 8-2. 12 minutes to go. Good poke. But Fleury was able to get the putt back. Here's Matan. But scored the goal. And he tried the toe drag. Intercepted by Murray. Intercepted by Appleton. Come back in the zone. And out of the slot. Picked off by the guy in front. Here's Rodriguez. Here's Rodriguez. Swooping back in front. Blocker save by Dreeder. Now Goodrow to the slot. Did not go. Rodriguez right out in front! Save! Rebound! Stopped by Dreeder in the paint. Well, not in the paint, but in the slot. And eventually, Eberle gets it. Fleury, and they eventually clear it to Matan. 8 minutes to go, or 9 minutes to go. Blocked. That was behind the net. Somehow he gets the puck back. And now it's post around. And now in front, where Tantinemi is right there. Jake DeBrusque now. Still 1-0 Seattle. Good spin that did around that. Now Barry right in front! And Dreeder, it hit his shoulder and then popped behind him but didn't go in. As that probably was less than a foot. A foot, maybe less. For tying the game. Time attack, they almost have They have about 3 more minutes in Seattle does. 7:24 down the center period. Still 1-up in Seattle. And the Dun-Duns finally break through. What a hit! But now Niederreiter lost the puck, or it was the pass was blocked, or something happened where it was all the way to our goal line on the other end. What a hit! Now turned over. Now Yarncroat, Donskoy got killed. Eventually Stetcher has it, and Niederreiter has it. Here we go. Back the other way. Over to Brest Niederreiter, and Dunn broke it up. Here we go. What a hit! And now DeBrusque has it. Niederreiter again. DeBrusque right out in front. Shot, score! Jake DeBrusque ties the game. A huge goal for the Dun-Duns to tie the game. 12th goal of the year. 15:30 into the second period, and the Dun-Duns are on the board. And it's a 1-1 game as Jake DeBrusque ties the game. Huge goal for the Dun-Duns, as I just said, Jake DeBrusque ties the game. 1-1, 4:30 to go in the second period. Assisted by Niederreiter. That was what, left side on the goaltender. Now poked away. Now back the other way. Here's Saad. Here's Saad. Across. Nash on the backhand. Glove save by Dreeder. 3:33 to go in the second period. 1-1. Passing efficiency. Well, we had 77%. Crackdown, what, 90? 3:33 to go in the second period. 1-1 game. Dreeder has 12 saves on 13 shots. We did the puck off the tie-up, but now the Seattle Kraken hit the puck back. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Toedrad, but he lost the puck. Nash almost lost it. Now fast up ahead, Rostovich. We might have numbers. Out in front, Son! Block! Now in front! A save by Dreeder! And now it hit some skates in front and went right to Seattle. It's good chance for both teams, or really good chance for Austin. Seattle, I mean, they have a few good chances. That hit the pipe! Or it might have actually been stopped by Andre, this blocker. I thought it hit the pipe, but then Andre made the save. Now Nash, slams on the brace. Sean! Blocker saved by Dreeder. Now backdoor! What a save by Dreeder with 6.9 to go. Oh. Well, it did save by Ottinger on one end. I thought I said it hit the post, but James Sabalski, the announcer, said it was stopped by Ottinger, and that was his blocker. We lose the face-off right to Vince Dunn. Poach at the way, Silverberg, across, Palmieri at the buzzer! Or near the buzzer, in the final sentence, a shot stopped down by Dreeder with 1.0 to go, so exactly one set into play. And we have if we don't somehow win the face-off cleanly, even if we do, I don't think we can score, and we lose it. And in the second period, it's a 1-1 game. 1-1 between the Dun-Duns and the Kraken here in Seattle. As this game will be decided in the third period or later, as this game is tied at 1 after 40 minutes. We're out shooting them 17-7. They're out hitting us now with 9-8. Time of attack, they have about 2 minutes more Seattle does. Passing efficiency, or passing percentage, 78% for us, 90% for the Kraken. Faceoffs 12-3. Favor of the Kraken. Like I said, no penalties for either side, no power plays for either side, and obviously, if there's no power plays and no penalties, there can't be any scoring in the goals. As DeBrusque scored, I believe in the last episode, where we lost obviously 5-3 to the Golden Knights. DeBrusque scored 2 goals. Obviously that was in this game a month ago. Obviously Mechanic scored the only goal for the Kraken in this game in the first period, and then so far the only goal for the Kraken. And then Jake DeBrusque scored the only goal so far for the Dun-Duns in the second period. The tie game at 1, 1-1 after 2 periods of play. The shots are 17-7 in favor of the Dun-Duns. As we're out shooting them 17-7, obviously well, tie game is in the shots. Well, it was 6-3 Dun-Duns in the first period. It was 11-4 Dun-Duns in the second period. Let's get into the third period here in Seattle with the score the Dun-Duns won and the Kraken won. Let's get into it right now. Come on, boys. We're dominating now. Yeah, 17-7 on the shots. Here we go. Come on, boys. And we lose the face off the tie-up as we're on your way here in period number 3. Right to the slot. Saved by Ottinger. And I believe the guy who shot it got T-boned, and then it was turned over. Yarncroat got slammed by DeBrusque and someone else. Now Continemi. I might be botching his name. If I am, sorry. Now DeBrusque, right in the slot, score! DeBrusque again! And he has 2 goals in this episode, as he had 2 in the last one, which was the game against the Golden Knights a month ago in this game. Yeah, and he has 2 here in this game against the Kraken. You know what, January 5th, 2022 in this game, obviously, because in real life it's, June 16th, 2022. 18-16 to go in the third, assisted by Continemi and Orlov. And it's 2-1 Dundons as DeBrusque hits both goals for Austin. Here's Fleury, who's got completely T-boned. Here's Stetcher. Here's Continemi. Across. Back the other. No, did not go. Continemi's pass was blocked. He's able to did it, though. Now Stetcher blocked. Now DeBrusque for a hat trick. I believe he just lost the puck between two players. There's Everly, 16 minutes to go. We're up by 1. Slapper! Oettinger with the save. Hit a skate. Niederreiter has it. And Stetcher's got killed. But now Orlov with white ice in front of him. Over! Back in! Oh my goodness! It's a wide open net. Riley Nash hit the post. Now Orlov right on in front. And it was blocked. Now Niederreiter hit the stick of Tanev. 14 minutes to go in regulation. It's 2-1 Austin. My goodness. What a hit by Orlov, who obviously got the second assist on the DeBrusque second goal. Somehow that pass got through to Nash, but Appleton stole it. Now McCann has scored the only goal for Seattle. And now to bump off the puck, Barry turns it over. Now done! Blocker save Oettinger. Appleton baits it behind the net. Now Giordano done. McCann. They're starting the pressure here. Saad will did it. Adams will dump it here. Now fourth line. Third line. Here we go. So, Nash with the punch! Right on in front! And my goodness, that was behind the net as I was bringing out the fourth forward line and the third defensive line as my goodness. 10:30 they go. Seattle will dump it in. Here we go. And that, I don't know how, here's Cernat. I don't know how that wasn't picked off. Pass up, I don't know why that was so bad. Here we go. 9:30 they go. Dundons lead by 1. Jake DeBrusque hits both goals for Austin. What a hit! I don't want to fight here. There's another injured Dundons player. So you have, that's Rodriguez. So you had Rodriguez is holding his head. That's an elbow to the head. Oh, my word, he's dead. And so Wenberg had to go to the locker room, and now Rodriguez goes to the locker room. So that means we're down 2 forwards. So we have obviously a total of 18 skaters, 12 forwards, 6 defensemen. Now we only have 10 forwards, 6 defensemen. Obviously we have the 2 goalies. Here's Goodrow, we'll dump it in. 8:45 it is. We only have 10 forwards and 6 defensemen now. Is Rodriguez and Wenberg are both forwards. Here we go. Here's Blackwell. That poked away, hit the boards, went back to him. No, Lynn, I believe his name, and it's stopped by the goaltender Oettinger. And I'm just dumping it against it. Here we go. And he was able to get there first, or originally he was too, but then Dunn got it. Under 7 to play. And here we go. Pass up ahead, Zadorov. Zadorov over right in the slot, but Dunn picked it off. 6 minutes to go in the game here in Seattle. 2-1 Austin Dundons. And Zadorov was able to steal it or something happened. Here we go. Here's Goodrow. Want to avoid the hit. Good stop. Shot right into the chest of Chris Streeter. St. Louis, we go to St. Louis to play the Blues. No, that was a Kraken. Never mind. That's the Kraken. I was like, I think that's the name of the Dundons. We play the Capitals, the Washington Capitals in Washington D.C. And man, I didn't mean to do that. I thought the line was on drop. But here's Giordano. That's the next game for the Kraken. They go to St. Louis to play the Blues. I think they said that the next 3 games were on the road. I believe I just said it. It said that next 3 games for the Kraken are on the road. I believe it said. I believe that's what it said. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's what it said. But either way, yeah. Here we go. We're actually on 2010. Here we go. 3:50 to go. Seattle, Yarncrook, in front, and a one-timer. I believe it broke his stick, and or it was blocked. No, it broke to the defender's stick, and he was able to get a stick at the bench, I believe. Here we go. Here's Seattle with 2:30 to go. Dreiter's in the net for now. That's stipped aside by Oettinger. Right out in front, Oettinger. To not get it. Cernat got putt jacked from behind. Now Palmieri got putt jacked. Now Everly. And then hit a stick. Stays in play. Cernat almost got putt jacked again. 1:10 to go. So clear it. Here we go. We have our third line out there. We have our other 3 lines. Their energy's in the yellow. Here we go. Under a minute to play. And someone pulled their goalie. Donskoy somehow got through. The defender's shot stopped by the goaltender, Oettinger. There goes Dreiter, the Seattle goaltender. And we have the punt. And now Yarncroke has it. Down low. Right on in front. What a save by Oettinger and Everly. What a hit. Let's fight. I'm sick of this. It's Jet Rosselvin versus Appleton. I'm sick of these hits. I already have 2 players injured. And there's only like 30 seconds left. And sit down, Appleton. Sit down. Take a seat! My goodness, I'm sick of all these hits. Wember's already out of the game, and Rodriguez, and now Appleton, and obviously Roslovic 5 minutes for fighting with only 35 seconds to go. It sits on 5 for Seattle, face off, and the right circle of our zone. 35.5 to go, we lose the face off, sits on 5 for Seattle, here's Alessia, and really save Oninger. I'm not going to pass it out and be stupid. 30.5 to go, as 5 seconds off the clock. The Bruss looking for a hat trick. He has both goals for the Dundons, and obviously McCann is the only goal for the Kraken. Here we go, Kraken got the first goal. The Dundons, Jake DeBrusk got the next 2 goals. 30.4 to go now, as a 0.1 count the clock. We win the face-off, and it's off someone's butt. Here's Lemetz, and Lemieux, actually not Lemetz, and he got punched out from behind. Here we go, 20 seconds to go. Come on, boys, let's play some D. I don't care if we did the empty netter or not, as long as we win. Right to the slot, Tanev! Lost the punt! Backhand and not out! Alessia, one-timer! Save Oninger! And I'll keep it moving! Lemetz! The Nash! He's not able to do the punt as he loses it! Dunn has it, but that's it! The Dundons win it! What a game! And the Dundons win it 2-1! As we didn't get the empty netter, we had a few chances. What? Lemetz had one, or Lemieux, I think that's his name, and Nash. But the Dundons hang on to beat the Kraken 2-1 here in Seattle, as that was the only goal scored by Jarrett McCann for Seattle in the first period. Then scored by Jarrett McCann in the first period. The only goal Jarrett McCann scored 1 goal, no assist, no hits. Was the third start of the game. Scored the only goal for the Kraken. And the second star is Dmitry Orlov, had 0 goals, no goals, 1 assist, 7 hits in that game. And the first off is DeBrusk, who scored 2 goals, no assists, or had 2 goals, no assists, no hits. Just tied the game at 1 in the second period, and then gave the Dundons a 2-1 lead in the third period. And after the Dundons beat the Kraken 2-1 here at Pledge Arena in Seattle, but hopefully Wemberg and Rodriguez are okay, because if we lose both of them, obviously I can call someone up from the AHL, and we might actually have someone. We might have 2 forwards scratched on the NHL roster, but scratched, which means they're on the roster, they're just not playing. But if, say, we have one, then I'll call up another one, or if we don't have any forwards scratched in the NHL roster, I'll just call up 2 from the AHL. If Wemberg and Rodriguez are hurt, or Rodriguez, it could be both. It probably is both, because both got knocked out of the game, and then eventually there was another hit. And that's like the third time that they gave me an opportunity to initiate a fight, and obviously I think it was the third time. I decided to do it this time because I was sick of it, because obviously Wemberg and Rodriguez, because of a hit, got knocked out of the game. Oninger, 15 saves on 16 shots. Shots at the end was 20-10, but obviously the Kraken at the end got some shots on Oninger in the 6-on-5 period, which lasted only like 50 seconds. For some reason, the CPU always waits until like 40 or 50 seconds left in regulation to pull the goalie. So I usually do it around 1.5 to 2 minutes. But either way, it was 20-10. They not set shots in that 6-on-5 period. Seattle did, but we still shot them 20-16. Well, hit them 16-15. Time on attack, they had about 2.5 minutes more. Faceoffs ended up being 15-6 in favor of the Kraken, and neither team had a penalty. Well, no, correction. The only penalty in the game. There was 1 penalty for each side. It was a 5-minute major for fighting on Roslovic for the Dundons, and a 5-minute major for fighting on Appleton for the Kraken. But so each team had 5 penalty minutes because it was a 5-minute major for fighting on Roslovic and Appleton, and then obviously, but neither team had a power play, and neither team had any power play minutes, and then neither team obviously had any shorthanded goals. It was 5-on-5 the entire game. As Roslovic had 2 shots, or excuse me, DeBrusk had 2 shots, both goals. Obviously had a +2 for +- because obviously the 2 goals he scored, and then obviously McCann had 1 goal, no assist, had 3 shots, and had a +1 for +- as the Kraken scored 1 goal in the first period, and then didn't score any goals in the second or the third. And then obviously the Dundons didn't score any goals in the first period, but then scored 1 goal in the second period and 1 goal in the third period. As we hang on to beat the Kraken 2-1. This was an epic game. It was a quick game too. I mean, this video probably only be like 30 to 40 minutes. But yeah. Next episode of the series, like I said, will be the Dundons game on the trade deadline, which is Monday, February 28th, 2022, against the Arizona Coyotes, at home at the Doghouse, that's the home arena for the Dundons. And our goal horn is the Dallas Stars goal horn, and that's our home arena, like I said, or the Dundons arena is the Doghouse, and the Dundons goal horn is the Dallas Stars goal horn, because the Dallas Stars are my favorite team, if you didn't know that, but if you didn't, now you do. yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's been on this channel. Like I said, this episode of the series will be the Dun Dun Day on the trade deadline against the Coyotes at home at the Doghouse. That'll be the next episode of the series. Next video on this channel will most likely be next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode, or will most likely be the next episode of my MLB The Show 22 postseason series. It might be that, it might be the next episode of my MLB The Show 22 postseason series. It might be that, or it might be something different. But actually, you guys will find out what the next video on this channel will be when I post it, and it should be going up hopefully tomorrow, or at least it should be going up on Friday, June 17th. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Dun Duns beat the Kraken 2-1 here in Seattle. As I just said, the Dun Duns beat the Kraken 2-1 here in Seattle. Hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a great your day. And if you're a kid on summer break, hopefully you have a great your summer break. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. OJ timer closing. Aboard. If you liked this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And I'm gonna see you in episode. Number 4 of this Austin Dun Duns NHL 20. And I'm gonna see you in episode number 4 of this Austin Dun Duns NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. See you in episode number 4. I need a lot of bacon and dough Dun Duns.